Hello everyone, I'm Mary Rose Corrigan, Public Health Specialist for the City of Dubuque with a March 2nd, 2022 update from the Dubuque County Public Health Incident Management Team. Good news today, we continue to see declining COVID-19 cases. For the last 7 days, Dubuque County had 102 positive cases reported, a big decrease from last week's 239 cases. With that, deaths and hospitalizations are also declining. Around the U.S., it's still mostly high community transmission, but more communities are experiencing lesser rates. Now that Iowa and many communities are not reporting negative COVID tests, and people are doing at-home testing, which is not reportable, we need some new tools for knowing what our community COVID situation and risks are. Last week, the CDC announced a new COVID-19 community level tool, which classifies every county in the U.S. into low, medium, or high. This new classification system better reflects the realities of the virus's effects on us locally and on our healthcare system. And it will help determine what prevention measures are needed to protect yourself and your loved ones, as well as decrease the strain on hospitals and health systems. In this new community-level indicator, CDC looks at vaccination rates and specifically at hospital admissions and staffing levels. With the level of 64% of Dubuque County population vaccinated and a pretty high level of immunity from both vaccination and infections, the risk of medically significant disease, hospitalization, and death from COVID-19 is greatly reduced for most people. This puts Dubuque County's current COVID-19 community level as medium. Some of you may be thinking, wait a minute, just last August in 2021 we had about the same 7-day case count as we do today, and we thought that was really bad. Well, at the time, it was very concerning. Remember, we were coming off a summer of decreasing cases, and we didn't have antiviral medication and readily available monoclonal antibody treatments like we have now. We were also just learning about additional and necessary booster doses. We had fewer tools and less knowledge and experience. It's kind of like the weather today. With sunshine and temperatures in the 50s, it seems balmy. People are even wearing shorts. Put the same weather in, say, early September, and we'd all be freezing and wearing coats. We have to continue to put the pandemic in perspective of what's currently happening. So in addition to CDC guidance, the Dubuque County Public Health Incident Management Team is making decisions about community prevention strategies based on our vaccination levels, hospitalizations, deaths, healthcare and clinic usage, testing availability, and any pockets of outbreaks occurring. All of you should, however, consider layered prevention strategies based on your health status and those you live or work with, that can help severe disease and reduce the potential for strain on our healthcare system. These strategies include staying up to date on vaccines, testing when symptomatic, exposed, or after travel, proper ventilation, and wearing masks. One other thing, as you plan your spring break vacation or getaway, be sure to check the CDC travel guidance early and often, especially if you're leaving the country. Yes, I know mask requirements are going by the wayside, but remember, it's still totally acceptable to wear a mask. If you don't feel comfortable going into a store or to a public event without a mask, wear one. There's no rule that says you can't, and no one will question it. It's perfectly acceptable, and it's also could be one of the reasons we've had less general illness over the past 2 years. In closing, please remember that even though our community COVID outlook is going in the right direction, we still have folks with severe COVID illness, and people in our community are still dying from COVID-19. And one of the worst things that can happen with a pandemic is happening right now in Ukraine. War and disease together creates additional strain and despair, a merciless situation that will add to the deaths, illness, and injuries to Ukraine, Russia, and even Poland, where many are fleeing. Please continue to remember all those who are suffering from COVID-19 and the effects of war. Thanks for tuning in today, and enjoy that balmy weather.